Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. Last night, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball handled business in dominant fashion, demolishing number 11 Purdue in a 3-set sweep. The Badgers now take over sole possession of second place, only behind Nebraska in the Big Ten. Next up is Iowa, the Hawkeyes, on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Today is a special day in the state of Wisconsin as the WIAA Football State Championships get underway. Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania starts in just a half hour at 9:30, where you hear Jesse Nelson get you ready for Division 7. And you can hear every state championship game on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Should be a fun day. Wilde and Tausch starts now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, "Hey, Marky"? It might be as almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Thursday edition.
You know what? Might as well just get after me right away, dude. I know you're going to, so just do it.
The Mark Tauscher Good Works World Tour continues, doing something else good for the community, in addition to his AmFam Children's Hospital endeavors with Sarah edition. He can explain why he's doing something good and doing such a terrible job of setting up his video connection, as usual, when he's away edition. We need to get to a lot of Packers stuff, and Tausch is going to leave us and then come back. Brian Bulaga is going to step into the breach. It's going to be quite a show edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app. I am Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is part of our WIAA State High School football coverage, and I assume so is this guy, just not during this window, because he does a great job with his play-by-play work. Our cousin sub of the day for Jesse is young Riley Yauk, the Yaukster. Riley, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jason. Doing well, doing well.
Doing well, doing well. And speaking of doing well, live from... is that peanut butter in giant jars behind you? What? The big.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to misstate the facts.
Yeah, it's some squeeze. It's not Schmuckers. but it's grape jelly.
It is the Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher. Tausch, tell us where you are and what you're doing today. Good morning.
Okay. So, Jason, you've done we've obviously both been involved with Feeding America for a while. A couple of years ago, this exact place, we brought our hockey team in. We packaged up a bunch of stuff. We found out peanut butter right here is the most asked and one of the best things when you're donating to food pantries, to Feeding America, because it can be used. It's stable. So I'm down here on behalf of Sendix, where this is the 18th year that Sendix has been doing this with Feeding America. We got a big program at 10 o'clock that, we're unloading, I think it's 6 or 7.
6, 7, yeah.
Semi-loads of food, which is, awesome and very generous by our friends at Sendix. So they've been doing this for 18 years. I get to be a part of it today, so I'm excited about that. It's going to provide enough food for 198,000 meals. That's today. So awesome stuff from Sendix, awesome stuff from Feeding America, and that's what I am doing down here today.
So are you, before you go on stage or I guess the staging area of unloading the semi-trucks, are you going to make yourself a little PB&J sandwich with your squeezable jelly that you had as a prop to start the program?
No, I am not. Nope, that is this is not food for me. This is food for everybody. And no, I'm not a big PB&J guy anyways. It's not my jam.
I was just going to...
Now, if there was grilled cheese... Like if they're frying up grilled cheese sandwiches back here and you get sourdough and you crisp it and it's
a little caramelization.
Now that I might have a hard time not, passing up on. PB&J, that's a good, I can pass up on that pretty easily. So no, to answer your question, no.
All right. So you are going to leave us for a portion of the program to do your good works with Sendix and Feeding America, which is awesome. You're right. We both have been involved with them. I've done some events with them as well. They are phenomenal, and obviously they fill a very important role in our society. So I love that you're there. We do have Bryan Bulaga today. He will join us during the portion of the program that Tausch is unloading semi-trailers full of peanut butter and other items at Feeding America with Sendix. And then we'll play some trivia, and then he will hopefully rejoin us. Tausch, before we get into anything else, I have a Bayport High School hat on today.
Good-looking hat. Yeah, good-looking hat.
It is. So my buddy Kelly, who is a math teacher there, he's one of the tour guides for Lambeau Field, avid listener to the show, very active in the UW alumni chapter here in Green Bay as well, brought me this hat. Now, our kids go to Ashwaubenon. They play in the same conference. Is it IPT?
Yes.
I have my good buddy Bryan. His son is the starting center for the Pirates, who again are playing for a back-to-back state championship after winning last year and then dispatching the Fighting Jesse Nelsons of Muskego in the semis. My question is this IPT?
Yes. Yep. I think so. It's a rival, right? That's like Jesse rooting for the Vikings to win a Super Bowl. You're trying to beat Bayport every year.
Well,
right?
They're not playing each other now, though. They already beat
I understand,
the Jaguars.
So do you want the Bears to win a Super Bowl as a Packer fan? No, you don't. Do you want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl? No, you don't. You don't. It's not going to bother you, but I'm not going to openly go and support the Chicago Bears or the Minnesota Vikings. Now, if it was your kid or if it was your best friend or it was your brother, I'm on board. But no, I don't think you can sit there and root for the rival school in your conference.
They're not even in the same division.
Doesn't matter. It's a conference rival.
They're a Division I school. Ashwaubenon's a Division II school, so they would never actually compete for the state title against each other.
Listen, man, you can do what you want. You asked me my opinion.
I know it. I did. Yeah. I wanted your honest opinion. So, and I was afraid that might be your answer.
Riley, Mr. High School Sports, what do you think?
I'd go IPT. Like, support the school that either your children are going to or that you are an alumnus of. I feel like it's pretty cut and dry.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate your input, Riley.
Of course. Anytime. Go Redhawks.
Now, the only way I could give you grace is if your wife was an administrator in that school district, because that happens a lot of places.
Administrator. What if she was teaching?
Teacher or administrator.
Okay.
I think if your wife is at that school district, the first thing I'd ask is, well, you should probably be at the same school district as your kid, but that's a whole nother story. I get it. People have to find jobs and everything else.
Paula, not an administrator, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't know. She's not.
Yeah, no, I know.
But I'm saying if she was and you wanted Rock of Bayport to support her, great. But maybe you're really tight with this guy that gave you the hat, and if that's the case, great. But otherwise, it feels like he's, getting some free advertising for the Bayport Pirates, and that's fine too. I don't blame him.
They have great ice cream at the games that they have too, so that's nice.
And when you're hiding under a picnic basket or a picnic table.
No, I actually covered their opener this year for the Middleton Times. Middleton with a late rally and almost pulled off the comeback against the Pirates, but the Pirates again playing for a Division I title. Riley, are you on the call of that one on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and across ESPN Wisconsin?
No, that would be Hunter Vaughn. However,
the A team.
Yes, exactly. I'm on the B team. I'm on the call for Division II, the state title game between the Notre Dame Academy Tritons and the West De Pere Phantoms.
Notre Dame.
Excited for that.
Notre Dame's going to smoke them. Mike Rader's their coach. He is a stud. They win pretty much every other year. He's got a bunch of recruits. He's got the Flanagan kid that's going to Notre Dame. Mike Rader's an absolute baller. Played with him at Wisconsin. Awesome dude, great coach. I think they're going to end up winning.
Yeah,
that's going to be my quick purview.
It's going to be fun. It's a real clash of styles because Notre Dame's got Kingston Allen, who's run for over 3,000 yards this season. Then West De Pere has got Gleason at quarterback, the coach's son.
Gleason,
Gleason, pardon me, for like 4,000 yards this season. They're going to air it out. I'm excited. It should be a really fun game.
It should be fun. I'll be tuning in.
All right. Sounds good.
They're both Division II teams. I'm not going to wear either one of their hats at any point because they do compete with the Jaguars. All right. So Tausch is getting ready to unload his peanut butter. We've got a bunch of things we want to get to, including there were finally some questions about Rashawn Gary and his production and his playing time. And maybe we can hear from Matt LaFleur on that. Matt LaFleur also talked about a number of other things yesterday and a few things that we didn't get to earlier this week when I had attended the Monday press conference. So we've got all of that. But we set the table and the crate or whatever you've got your little camera on there.
Yeah, it's a crate.
So I thought, okay, I'm reading that correctly. We set the table for the rest of the show with Tausch telling us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, and when it comes to your home, the smart play is to trust Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows. This month only, score a whole house of new energy-efficient Pella Windows for as low as $297 a month, 0 interest for up to that 72 months. That is like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to the incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping all of those drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Riley Yauk is our cousin sub of the day for Jesse. What is Jesse doing today? What are his responsibilities, Riley?
So right now, starting in 17 minutes, he will be getting the fans ready for Division 7, the state title game there. So that he's a studio anchor today. Then I believe he is calling the Division 5 state title game later this afternoon or evening.
All right. And where can we listen to all of Like Barb, for example, from the Barry Alvarez show, where would she want to tune in to get the maximum Jesse Nelson and high school football coverage?
Yeah, she'd want to tune into the ESPN Wisconsin app where every broadcast will be, or you can tune in on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel as well. You could have 2 tabs open, be listening to Wilde and Tausch, and then checking the score of the Division 7 state title game at the same time. It's pretty cool.
And we're going to have announcer cam again?
We will not, unfortunately.
So she will not get to see Jesse, her favorite ESPN
now, did the
Wisconsin.
WIA say you couldn't do that, or what's the...
I believe so. You'd have to talk to our content manager, Ashton Rotman, to get
send
full
me
confirmation.
the WIA's head person. I have a bunch of stuff I'd like to talk to the WIA about.
All right,
few
we'll
ideas
do.
for them. Yes. More Wilde and Tausch, less WIAA. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 11/30/2025.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fitch Hatchery Road and lease a 2026 Honda CR-V EXL for as low as $385 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee. At Dunkin' Donuts, we're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's early Black Friday deals have arrived, in-store and online while supplies last. Right now, shop early Black Friday-like savings store-wide on the things you need and the brands you love. Like up to 40% off men's and women's Columbia outerwear. Select men's and women's Carhartt graphic sweatshirts $39.99. $40 off DeWalt 20-volt atomic drill or impact driver kits. And 26-piece Rubbermaid food storage sets just $12.99. Don't miss early Black Friday deals in-store and online only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Rashawn Gary is in the midst of a 4-year, $96 million contract. He was the 12th overall pick in 2019. You know who was the 12th overall pick in 2021?
No.
Micah Parsons.
Wow. A couple nice top 12 picks there, huh?
He is... Well, there's people wondering about his production, especially after on Sunday when he played fewer snaps than Kingsley Enagbare. JJ the Jet plane, as he's known, in the game. Didn't really have much of an impact. Did recover the fumble at the end. Rashawn Gary did. But probably not playing at the level that the Packers or Rashawn Gary would like him to be. So that led to a question, I think, from our guy Rob Domofsky yesterday about Gary and his production and his role and his snap counts. Here's how Matt LaFleur responded.
Yeah, it was just, I would say, a byproduct of the game. He's never been a huge snap count guy if you look at the course of his career. But yeah, just every game could unfold a little bit differently. And I think JJ, he's been doing a heck of a job. So I'd say that's more of just credit to how JJ's gone in there and done his job.
That's not a great quote. Well, he's never been a big production guy. Like, if you're looking for big plays, like this was. I mean, he doesn't take a lot of snaps. What the hell are we doing here? How does that make any sense?
This is why I wanted to hear your response, because
listen, man, Rashawn Gary, I believe pre-ACL, and just go back and watch. I say this all the time. I always want to see how guys respond in big games. The San Francisco 49er playoff game where we got beat because we couldn't, protect the punt and whatever. It was just a brutal game. Should have won the game. We play him 100 times. We beat him 98. That was one of the days we didn't. Rashawn Gary dominated the game. They couldn't block him. Like, he was in the back. They couldn't do anything all day until they ran a little reverse, and we had two guys that never played that came back early and couldn't make a tackle, and they kick a field goal, and we end up losing. After that, and Rashawn Gary gets hurt, takes a while on the ACL. He gets back, and he's back, and we pay him. And I think one of the things, he is a strong physical player. I think he's good against the run. I think he's better. I think he's a better pass rusher than what we've seen lately. I've been questioning because the excuses of, well, he's getting doubled and all this other stuff. Yeah, you're a good pass rusher. It's getting paid a lot of money. You're going to get doubled. That's the way the world works in the NFL. Well, Micah comes, and all of a sudden, Rashawn's off to the best start of his career. And everybody's like, okay, he's getting his one-on-ones. He's winning. And then things have slowed precipitously. And I don't know why. Is he injured? He's not on the report. So you can't say that. Are people figuring out that he's a power guy? Has he lost a half a step? I don't know the answer. What I do know, he has not been productive enough the last month of this season for whatever reason. It's not because he's getting doubled and tripled. Part of it is he's not on the field enough. And listen, man, D linemen are different. They sub out because they have to chase the ball. O linemen don't sub out. So I'm going to be inherently biased on this. But when someone says, I'm not a snap count guy, or it makes me cringe a little bit.
Cringy.
Guys need a beat. But the stat that I saw was that Micah and Rashawn played about the same amount of snaps last year. Micah Parsons missed a month.
So here's the statistic from Ken Ingalls Wilder,
Yep.
The Packers cap guy, as he likes to call himself. And look, he doesn't. I respect Ken. He has his lane that he is focused on, and I think he stays in it. Right? He's not pretending to be a film guy. He even says that in a subsequent post about this. But in 2024, Micah Parsons played 696 snaps on defense compared to Gary at 639. Not too concerning until you include the fact that Parsons missed 4 games and Gary started all 17.
That's the stat. So you can. I don't know how to. If you're a star player and you're getting paid as a star player, you need to be out there when the money's on the table. And just take Micah, for instance. He had to come out because he was playing hard in that Arizona game. It was one snap, get a sip, and got back out there, made a game-saving play.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. And I think rightfully so. I don't know what his snap count should be. I'm not saying it needs to be 90%, but it can't be 45 or 50%. Not in a game when you're playing 60 snaps, 65 snaps. And that's a question mark that I don't fully understand. When Matt LaFleur said that, I wonder if he went back and everybody's like, that just doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Because it doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
So obviously his rookie year, they had the Smith brothers. He only played 24% of the defensive snaps. In 2020, that doubled. He played 48%. In 2021, he played 68% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Now, 2022 is when he tore his ACL. At the time of the injury, in the 9 games he had played 70% of the snaps. Okay? Which is still lower than what Micah Parsons plays. It's still lower than Max Crosby. Yeah. Right. So it's still lower, but not like precipitously lower.
Correct. Yep.
Since then, 2023, 53% of the snaps. 2024, when he was selected to the Pro Bowl, 59% of the snaps. Yep. And so far this season, it is up at 64% of the snaps. But now, when you listen to Matt LaFleur's answer there, and here is what, in addition to he's never been a high snap guy, which, again, you're paying a guy a $96 million contract to not be a high snap guy, seems odd. But on top of that, when he says it's really about Kingsley and Egbare earning more snaps, which, you know me, I want to go talk to Kingsley and talk about, hey, look, they think they're so happy with you that you're earning more snaps.
Yep.
Over a guy that they paid $96 million to, and you're in a contract year. So good.
That's good for you.
For you, but like, if you're saying that, is that not, while being praised for JJ, also kind of a further harsh critique? Because that is merit-based. When you say that is, he merits more snaps than Rashawn Gary does.
Yeah, and typically, Jason, how this works is guys like Rashawn and Micah, they dictate when they come out. You don't have coaches saying, you're in there for so-and-so. Like, those guys will tap the hat and say, I need a beat. When you earn that contract and you earn that kind of, it's almost like you're earning that right. You're dictating, because watch Micah. Micah can bounce around. Like, these elite guys, they dictate and tell the coaches kind of, this is what I'm thinking, and I'm going to be out there. So for Rashawn Gary to not be out there as much as we think, maybe it's he's tired. I don't know. He's not a big snap count guy. I would never want a coach to ever say that. And then when you say that JJ has earned more opportunities, that tells me you don't view Rashawn Gary in the same way that you did prior. And I don't know if this would be a great question to ask Jeff Hafley, because I think today is the day you have that.
Yep.
Who does the subbing? Is it the players? Because there's different packages where it's short yardage and you're all right, bring in so-and-so and you're going to do this. And then there's nickel packages, and then you could do what they used to call NASCAR, where you bring in four edge guys and put them across the D line. You have your spinner looks. But I'm going to tell you this. Anytime there is an elite pass rusher or someone that is viewed in that realm or paid that way, they don't want to miss times when they're rushing the passer. Like if it's 2nd and 8 or if it's 3rd and 6, they're out there. And they're not going to let JJ or they're not going to let anybody else tell them, no, I'm good. Like I don't know if JJ has waved off Rashawn. I can't imagine he has. But that would be the case. Like Aaron Campman, he would play 90%. He'd play the whole game. He never would come out. Maybe, there's guys I think that sometimes you have to.
Right.
Because they play hard and they need a beat. But I have a hard time. I always can picture those guys, the Micahs, the big time guys, kind of putting their hand up like, no, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
And this storyline that is taken off this week, and rightfully so, because Rashawn has not been as productive lately. I hope this kind of throws a little spur in his boot, which is what I guess it would, because I'm sure he's hearing all of this and he's probably thinking, I'm not doing anything different than I have it. Well, 50% of the snaps or 60, whatever it is this year, if you're an elite guy that's getting paid elite money and now you're getting elite matchups where you're getting to go one-on-one almost every time you're out there,
mm-hmm.
It ain't great. It's just not.
Tausch, tell us about Coors Light, which we love them. I don't think that's one of the things you're unloading off the truck, but
I haven't looked yet. I'll give you feedback if it is. I would say probably not, but you know what's nice? You get done with a long day of volunteering. You feel like you're doing some good. Crack open that Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light to celebrate. It is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill in those mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans. And they are chilled to perfection. You know it is blue, very blue on those cans and bottles. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
More with Tausch before he departs to be a do-gooder next. So stick around.
Unsportsmanlike.
So we are heading to Madison, Wisconsin this week. We're doing the show on Friday from ESPN Madison. We'll be at the game on Saturday. Smalls and I, ESPN Madison.
Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code HOLIDAY40. That's HOLIDAY40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Celebrate the season of Audi at Audi Madison. Take advantage of 1.99% APR for 72 months when you purchase a 2025 Audi Q5 Quattro. National customer credit is good towards the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until December 1st. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Ho, ho, ho! Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my great friends at Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. It's the best time of the year. It's bourbon season. Weather outside getting a little chilly, but you can stay warm with a delicious glass of the Door County Distillery bourbon. Or check out Door County Distillery exclusives like their cherry bourbon and their bat bourbon. It's bat good. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies and SEC-registered investment advisor.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6. And follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and Pluribus creator Vince Gilligan joins me in studio. Plus, a Week 12 higher register. That's on the Thursday edition of The Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
Switch on the sky and the stars glow for you. Go see the world, cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes, cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on. Riley Yauk in for Jesse. He'll be your studio host for our radio coverage of the WIAA State High School Football Championships. So I fell for the banana in the tailpipe on Tuesday. That's a reference to Beverly Hills Cop, which is a great American comedy and action film. I thought for sure yesterday, after he posted a photo of himself in uniform, it's been 9 weeks since the injury with the collarbone. It's Jaden Reed time.
Yep.
No. Not so much. They did not open the practice window for him. And if they didn't do it yesterday, they're not going to do it today, so it's not going to be this week. Next week, they play on Thanksgiving on Thursday. So I don't think it's going to be next week.
Okay.
So then you open it on the Monday because, Thursday game, mini bye. They usually have a light practice then on the Monday after, like they did after the Washington game. So you open it on Monday after Thanksgiving, and then you have 21 days, and maybe you activate him more quickly than you did with Christian Watson coming off of an ACL. I'm curious, because here's why I think it matters, Tausch. And I said this to Strofe while we were recording Weekly Wilde, and I am 100% guilty of this. I'm not the only one guilty of it, but I definitely underestimated how important Jayden Reed was and is to what they do offensively. And he kind of disappeared down the stretch last year when he was dealing with a bunch of minor injuries that were problematic, but not enough to keep him out of games entirely. He was a non-factor, and by the way, that kind of coincided with their offense not being very good. He was injured making a ridiculous catch that I'm not sure how many of their other guys can make on that touchdown that was disallowed because of a penalty. He led them in receptions and yards each of his first 2 seasons in the league. So shame on me for thinking, oh, they'll just slide Golden in there and it'll be okay, and then he'll come back late in the year. Now that they don't have Kraft, Tausch, I'm looking at Jayden Reed as, I don't want to call him the savior, but as a guy that could give them a huge boost down the stretch. What, if anything, that I've said is flawed?
You're not, and I think it's important sometimes because you go through an off season and you kind of start looking at position groups, and everybody was kind of saying we need to get a number one, we need to draft somebody, and when you do, that expectation kind of shifts. And then when Tucker Kraft, I think a lot of us, and after having some conversations, the thought process was Tucker was going to be the focal point of the offense, and he was, and he should have been. And then he gets hurt, and it's a good reminder. The old 2 in the hand is 1 in the bush type of deal. You can sometimes always think that there's something better, and they'll be more productive. And potential gets people in big trouble. It gets coaches fired. It gets it's a dangerous game that you play. And in sports, when you don't know what you have, coaches love to sleep at night. They don't get a ton of sleep, so they love when they know what they have. All right, I know there's some limitations with Tausch, but he's going to get you this, this, this. I know there's some limitations with so-and-so, but I know this is the play I can expect when I put them out there. There's a value in that. And is Jayden Reed ever going to be Jerry Rice or a legitimate, Jamar Chase? I would say probably not. But can he be a really good 2? Yes. And we always want more. And sometimes he's pretty dang good, and he fills a really good role, and he's going to be a great player for this team. We forget that he led the team 2 years in a row. We forget that he's kind of, he's a playmaker and he makes tough contested catches and he does a lot of really important things because, Matthew Golden's going to emerge. We got to get him more touches. I think Dontavian Wicks is going to go. Romeo Dobbs. Christian Watson gets back. Musgrave will fill this. Man, the guy's right in front of us this whole time. And when he's been out, last year is a great example. Things were choppy, sloppy. And Jayden Reed, and why I was disappointed, and I think why the expectation dropped, was because of how last year finished. I know for me, I'm looking at it, and the great wide receivers, they don't get stopped. Mm-hmm. And then when you notice, and a coach tells you, we need to be better getting him the football, and then that next week you don't?
Yeah.
That bothered me, and that probably, just from my own bias, would tell me, maybe Jayden Reed isn't the guy we're looking for. And then you kind of look back at it and you say, look at it holistically. Jayden Reed is going to be a critical piece to this. If this offense is going to get consistent, which is all we're asking for, he is going to need to be a piece to it because Romeo Dobbs has been consistent until he wasn't.
Right.
Last year and then last game, he was very inconsistent. But Jayden Reed, when he's been right and when he's been out there, he's been somebody that's been a really productive football player for this team.
During the second half of last season, Jayden Reed's game-by-game reception numbers. 2, 3, 3, 0. Yeah. 5 against Seattle, but only 34 yards. 3 for 76 against New Orleans. 1 for 6 in that loss at Minnesota. 2 for 48 in the loss to the Bears in the regular season finale. And then if you remember, he suffered the shoulder injury in the playoff game against Philly. He had 4 catches for 46 yards at the time of that injury. So, look, I don't know what he will look like when he comes back. Again, with their spread it around offense, he led them in receiving in the game in the opener. 3 catches for 45 yards. Obviously, Tucker Kraft emerged in a big way after that, but now Tucker Kraft is gone. It just feels like there's incredible opportunity there for when he comes back. And
there's a big vacuum. There's a big vacuum right now for someone to step into, and I think Christian Watson has done that to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Musgrave has not. Your guy Fitzpatrick has not. Wicks, maybe he can. Doesn't feel like he's going to. And I'd love to see Golden get healthy here and see if maybe he can. But you don't want at this point in the season to have this much of a vacuum in play in the receiving game, because that's not how you want to gain consistency. You want to get reps and you want to get into a rhythm with your quarterback, and that has unfortunately not occurred.
We'll see. I don't know what exactly Matthew Golden's role will be moving forward. They need to get him healthy with the shoulder. I am curious to see if Luke Musgrave talks today, because, again, if we're going to talk about snap counts, he played the fewest of the 3 tight ends who played in the game. And again, second-round pick, huge opportunity with Tucker Kraft's injury. And even though Matt LaFleur said we need to play him more snaps, and that's been addressed with the coaching staff, I mean, if he didn't play more snaps in the game, why didn't he play more snaps?
He's not a big snap count guy. I don't think he's a big snap count guy. That's going to be the new line now. Hey, why did Malik Willis only play 5? Well, he's not a big snap count guy. He's one of those guys we just kind of put in there.
Speaking of Malik's, I want
Sean
to tell
Ryan, not a big snap count guy. We like finding rest for him.
Jesse Nelson, not a big snap count guy.
Jesse Nelson, definitely not a snap count guy.
Sorry,
Barb.
You're a big Jones Dairy Farm guy, though. That we do know.
Indeed, I am. And Jones Dairy, another great Wisconsin company, family owned and operated, 7 generations, right down in Fort Atkinson, all the way back to 1889. And I tell you, we had a great new recipe that Sarah's cooked up with that pork sausage roll. You crisp it, get a little crisp on it, put it in that horchata with some spinach. Ooh, it is great. All of their sausage, fresh meat only, no fillers, no nitrates, MSG, gluten, none of that. And Jones products are perfect for the holidays. Get one of those smoked hams. Easy. Adds so much flavor to the table. And if you're looking to upgrade, a lot of times people say, my stuffing that's a little stuffy. I haven't done anything new. I haven't done anything unique to my stuffing. You know what you can do? Grab one of those sausage rolls. If it's you want to do regular sausage, you want to do turkey sausage, you want to do chicken sausage, or you want to do pork sausage. I'm going to go pork. Put it in that stuffing. Get that little crunchy, crispy edge to it. Caramelize it. Stuff it in your stuffing recipe. Make your Christmas, make your holiday, make your Thanksgiving even that much more special. Find all Jones Dairy products at jonesdairyfarm.com throughout all of the grocery stores across Wisconsin.
Hey, why don't you stuff it in your stuffing, pal? I want to talk a little bit about a different Malik. You mentioned Malik Willis. I had a back and forth with Malik Heath yesterday, trying to get a better understanding of why he was left back in Green Bay for the road trip to face the Giants. It was very pleasant. It was not contentious. But I don't feel like I have any better idea of what might have happened. I'll explain how that conversation went next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. A tipped cap from Barry Alvarez for Wisconsin football's effort against second-ranked Indiana. Coach hoping the outing serves as a building block for the program. His words from the latest episode of The Barry Alvarez Show.
I thought our guys, obviously, they weren't intimidated. They went out there and felt that they had a chance to win and went after them, but weren't strong enough to hold up for 4 quarters. And we have to get to the point where we're not celebrating moral victories. And competing for a half is not good enough. We've got a long, long way to go.
This episode of The Barry Alvarez Show available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, you can get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The dawn of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by 2 of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback. I like defensive ends. Hey, I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Sala, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I remember the nights when we were young, dumb, and wild and free. When I closed my eyes, I could see you in my sweatshirt, dancing around that college bar. These days I don't know where you are, but I get to keep these memories.
Tausch getting ready to unload the trucks at Feeding America, Wisconsin. Before we get to that, so I talked to Malik Heath yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Malik Heath did not make the trip to New York, New Jersey.
Missed the chance to get in that vacuum. Could have filled that vacuum a little bit. Missed the opportunity for Malik.
And so look, I wasn't the only one that talked to him. I saw Rob Domofsky talk to him. I saw Matt Schneidman. I saw Tom Silverstein, your favorite beat writer. Yep. And we all got the same initial answers, which was, well, like Matt said, it was a coach's decision. And of course, then you ask, well, what made him make that decision? What did you do?
Yeah.
So I could tell you this. Here's what I could tell you. I said, look, it's up to you. The reason I'm asking is that in the absence of information, people make assumptions.
Yep.
And they usually assume the worst. Mm-hmm. And it was very pleasant. He and I we've always had a very good working relationship. He's from Louisiana. He's got kind of a thicker Creole type accent, so sometimes I struggle in my transcription
Jambalaya,
with him.
jambalaya.
But he's a pleasant cat.
Okay.
And so I said, well, all right, well, I'll be honest with you. I'm assuming it's something disciplinary.
Yep.
Nah, I don't think it was nothing like that. We all got a job to do, and Matt did his job. Okay? I asked if there was an off-the-field incident.
Okay.
I said, were you late for a meeting? Did you miss a meeting? Did you miss curfew at some point?
Oh.
Because that happened with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and they were benched for the Monday night game for like the opening series, I think.
Yeah, really, really punished him.
Really showed them.
Yep.
What did Denny Tauscher always teach us? Talent outs.
Indeed it does.
So he said that it wasn't that either. I said, okay. You're a competitive guy. This was all in 1 minute and 12 seconds, by the way. I want to make sure people don't think that
You're going rapid fire here.
I spent an hour with him, with a bright spotlight like I'm Lenny Briscoe or something.
Sure.
I said, all right, well, you're a competitive guy. Bo Melton, who is technically a cornerback, played more snaps than you. Did you voice your displeasure with your role in the offense or how much playing time you were getting? No, that's not it either. If you played this game, if you're a competitor, who wouldn't want that? But that had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep
kind of a fun little drama.
It was fun. It was fun. And then what was even more fun is that last night I went to a local, I don't know, how would you describe a store that both has a grocery section and like a regular, like with clothes and home goods and all that kind of stuff? They don't advertise. They do sell ice cream. They're based in Michigan.
Sure.
I went there to get a new rake, and lo and behold, who do I bump into? Malik Heath and his dad. And Malik saw me before I saw him, so he's coming over while I'm in the rake section. And he's giving me a hard. Hey, what's going on? I said, hey, don't.
Did he say, why are you raking me through the coals at
that would have been a good
locker?
line, but no, he didn't. And so, look, I don't know. I wish I had a better answer.
What do you
I even
guess
went
it
into
is?
the CCAP.
What do you guess it is?
Well, so I went into CCAP.
What an investigator.
That's me, big. Yes, I'm going to go work for ProPublica next. He did have an incident, a traffic violation, on October 22nd, in which he was clocked driving 27 miles per hour over the speed limit on the freeway, which if the speed limit is 70... and you're doing 27 over, my math tells me you are going 97 miles an hour.
I don't think that's why you get suspended for it.
I don't think so either, just to be clear. Right. I don't think so either. Okay. So I guess the long story short, so you can go unload the truck,
in. Yep.
is that I asked a lot of questions. I have no answers.
Great. That's why you don't do. That's why you're not an investigator. So
I thought people would enjoy the story, and that's the only reason why
I enjoyed it. All
right, Tausch, go unload your truck. Bulaga and I will take it from here for now, and we will check in with you later after you're done unloading all that peanut butter and all the other items for a great, very worthy cause. We are so excited that Tausch is there, and as I have done for many years as well, important to support Feeding America. So we love that. We also love Brian Bulaga, who's coming up to kick off the 10 o'clock hour. And we love Associated Bank, and what we really love about them is their great customer service. Best in the industry. They've got the awards to prove it. And whether you're a Brewers fan, a Badgers fan, or a Packers fan and have those checking accounts, or you just have regular old Associated Bank checking like I do with my Associated Bank logo on my debit card, I get great customer service, and so will you. Whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection, they've got your back. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch when the 10 o'clock hour begins in 2 minutes, straight ahead, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, and let me tell you, Pizza Hut delivers a win every time with the Big Dinner Box. For just $19.99, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Feed your whole team for one unbeatable price. Choose your crust, hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, or even tavern style. Order now for delivery or carry out at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. The Big Dinner Box for just $19.99, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one outpizzas the Hut.
Hey, Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Last night, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball handled business in dominant fashion, demolishing number 11 Purdue in a 3-set sweep. It was a whiteout at the Fieldhouse. The Badgers now take over sole possession of second place, only behind Nebraska in the Big Ten. Next up is Iowa on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Today is also a very special day in the state of Wisconsin as the WIAA Football State Championships get underway. Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania has already started with the Division 7 matchup between Kenosha St. Joseph and Cochrane Fountain City just about to kick off. You can hear that and every state championship game on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Wilde and Tausch beginning on time for perhaps the first time in Wilde and Tausch history, but that's because just like the 2010 Green Bay Packers upgraded at right tackle on their way to a title, we upgrade with the guy who replaced old boy then, and he replaces him now. While Tausch is doing good works for Feeding America, it's Bryan Bulaga on Wilde and Tausch. Bryan, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Are you a not a high snap count guy? Is that your reputation? You saw that quote from LaFleur obviously yesterday about Rashawn Gary. We were having a little bit of fun with it, but I don't think that was the excuse that Matt LaFleur was wanting it to be, because I think there's been some eye rolling since.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what he was going for. Like, I don't think that's what he was like intending. No, unfortunately, linemen, we don't get the choice. Like the high snap count, low snap count. There were times where, it sticks out in my memory. We were in Miami, and it was like a 90 snap count day. That game where Aaron threw it to Corliss in the corner of the end zone. It was like 95 degrees, and I think we ran around 90 plays. It was when Philbin was the head coach in 2014. It was absolutely miserable. So, like, snap count really wasn't our choice. It was how many plays we ran is what we ran, and didn't matter. It was either 90, it could be 50, it could be 40 if we were really bad that day. Didn't matter. But, I don't think that probably wasn't really his intended messaging I was probably going for there. But I think Rashawn, because what did he have, Jace? What was it, like 30-something snaps? Or what was it, 40? Was it 48?
34. Let me double-check that.
Yeah.
Let me double-check that while you continue.
Because, like, I think what we're going to probably need to see from Rashawn, like, because, we all know pass rushers, right? Like, we know the more reps they get, the more opportunities they get at, getting sacks and big plays and negative, all those big stats that they want. And if you start to see guys that are making the $19 to $20 million, the big money, right? Getting less, snaps, there's going to be more questions, right? And he has to answer those, not just Rashawn, but also Matt. Matt has to answer those questions too. And that just, as Mike always said, like, you don't want to create questions for others. And like, that's becoming, right? Like, that's what this is becoming. Matt has to answer them. I'm sure Rashawn has to answer them. And I'm sure guys in the locker room now have to answer that. And it puts everyone in a tough position, but at the minimum, it puts Rashawn in a tough position because he has to answer for it, right? Like, he's one of the highest paid guys on that defense at the end of the day, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's his production. He's got to take care of business, and guys rely on him, right? He's one of the leaders of that team by any stretch. I'm not in that locker room day in and day out, but he's got to start coming good, right? You thought the Parsons effect would, and it did early on, I think, right? Like, because what does he have? 6.5 sacks right now? 6.5.
So here's the statistical line for him. And by the way, let me give you this first before I change windows. The Packers ran 72 defensive snaps against the Giants. Okay. The defensive linemen, and this includes defensive tackles, but here are the snap counts for them. The leader in snap counts with 61, which was 85%, Micah Parsons. Which I think is part of this equation when we're having this conversation. Colby Wooden, 48. Kingsley Enagbare, 40. Rashawn Gary, 39. Carl Brooks, 37. Devontae Wyatt, 34. Nazir Stackhouse, 14. Baron Sorrell, 12. Warren Brinson, 6. And look, Ken Ingalls, the Packers cap guy on Twitter, pointed this out. Last season, Micah Parsons had 696 defensive snaps. Rashawn Gary had 636, which is in the same ballpark, right? Except Micah Parsons missed 4 full games with an injury.
I was going to say he missed games. Yeah.
So and look, I don't, I want to get to the offensive line. I know you got some other stuff going on yourself today, so I don't want to belabor this point. My only issue is that whether it's fair or not, when you're a first-round pick, when you get a large contract extension, expectations come with that. And while you're right, like, he started like gangbusters. Micah Parsons has overtaken him for the sack lead on the team. Parsons now has 8. Rashawn Gary has 7.5. But he hasn't had a sack since Pittsburgh. And more significantly, if you look at Micah Parsons' pressure numbers. He's second in the entire NFL in total pressures. He's got 56. Like, he's the one who's getting the greater amount of attention. So again, I'm not. I really am not. I had somebody, I think Jim in the YouTube comments say, is this going to be a hit piece? No, but it is an issue. It is something that we have to ask about. Again, we're not talking about, well, why isn't Brenton Cox playing a higher number of snaps? Now, I know he's on injured reserve, but my point being is that Rashawn Gary, the whole idea that we all had, and we thought that is exactly what was happening early in the season, he had 4.5 sacks after 3 games.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's got 3 in the last 7. Was Parsons draws attention. Parsons is a dominant player. Rising tide lifts all boats. Rashawn Gary's more productive. And there was a time where it was, and now we're wondering why it's not. And then when the head coach says he's never been a big snap count guy, that I wonder what Matt was thinking when he said that. Because I don't think he realized what it was going to sound like after it came out of his mouth.
Yeah, I don't know what that means exactly. Like, I don't know exactly what that means. Never been a big snap count guy. And maybe I don't know, because I don't want to assume. You know what I mean? I don't want to assume what he meant. I don't want to assume what he meant. But you expect with the amount of snaps that the Giants ran, right, that Rashawn would be out there for around 50 snaps, right? I mean, around 50, 55-ish snaps would be my guess, right? Because then when you add Van Ness back into this, right, whenever he's going to be back, right, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Maybe you'll have a better idea once practice gets going today and all that. What's that going to look like then, right? Like, what's going to be the breakdown, right? Like, I have no idea. And listen, I don't know the health of Rashawn Gary. He's not on the injury report, so we have to assume that he's okay. But, guys, you have to assume he's fine. Guys deal with things, and we have no idea, but you have to assume the health is fine. That's all we can go based off as an injury report. And as we know, since the Lamar Jackson thing, teams are pretty strict about that these days. So we know how that goes. But, it's one of those things now. I think he has to step his game up, right? Like, and I think he knows that, right? And when you start to get your reps cut down, that's like the telltale sign, right? As a defensive player, as a pass rusher, when you start to get your reps cut and you see where Micah's reps are and you see where your reps are, and then you start to see where everyone else's is. That's got to be the sign. I don't think anyone needs to tell you anything, right? Like, I don't think your coaches need to say anything. It's just simply how much are you on the field? That should be like the ultimate sign, right? Like, I mean, at this point in time, he's been in the league how long? What is he in his 6th year? 7th year? I don't know exactly the year. What is it?
7th. This is Gary's 7th year. It's Micah's 5th year.
Yeah, so he's in his 7th year, and he knows, like, it's simply based on, like, how many opportunities are you getting? Like, it's clear, like, no one's chewing him out, like, at this point in time. Like, he's not going into meetings and getting screamed at by like, that's not happening now. So it's an opportunity thing. Like, he sees himself on tape. He sees the other guys around him, the opportunities they're getting and the reps they're getting in practice and how that's getting divvied up. So it's what he's doing on the field and the production. Like, that's how this is going now. So, and the coaches are going to put the guys out there that are producing and are giving them the best opportunity. And I understand he's a very highly paid guy. He's shown those flashes, especially early on, right? I mean, you said it. He was 4.5 sacks in 3 games. He came out crazy hot, and I thought I thought he was going to be at 10 sacks after 8 games. I thought that's how hot that start was going to go. I thought that's how this was going to be, and it's just kind of cooled off. Now, he could get to 10 sacks after this week, technically, right? I mean, he could be at 10 sacks after this week, and we could all be like, wow, look at us.
Sure.
We look like morons. Like, we're talking like
which
this.
Which would be great.
Yes,
great.
I know. Exactly. I completely agree, but it's just one of those things that when you have spells like this, right, and then your reps get cut, it opens up the questions, and that's where we're at right now. Unfortunately, that's the way this goes.
All right, let's do one more guy that is not living up to expectations, and then we'll be more positive, as Mike McCarthy would say. How do you look at the Luke Musgrave experiment? Because another guy, if again, snap counts are part of the equation. They're not everything, right? Don't count the snaps, make the snaps count, as coaches like to say.
That's right.
But Josh Wiley Coyote and John Fitzpatrick played more snaps than Luke Musgrave did. And if you're not a blocking tight end and you're a pass-catching tight end, dropping 2 passes thrown to you is not ideal. So how do you view Matt LaFleur said on Monday that was their mistake. They need to get him. It's been addressed with the coaching staff. He needs to get more reps. But again, what is he going to do with those reps? How do you view the saga without Tucker Kraft? How do you view Luke Musgrave?
Yeah, it's just an interesting situation because I think first of all, like, we'll put it this way, like, I think, and you may agree or disagree, but like, I think like this is going to start to become a lot of, especially with Jacobs, I don't know how much time he's going to miss. And this is going to become, I think, very Jordan Love centric over the next few weeks, right? Like, I think it's going to be very Jordan Love centric, which I'm okay with, right? Like, I think Jordan Love is, I think this is like the time where like you do need to kind of cut him loose and let him run this thing and let him go and let him do this, right? But with that being said, he also needs at time to be able to rely on a run game from time to time, right? He needs to be able to have that option to be able to run the ball and do those things. And with that, the tight ends are a big part of that, right? And if you have a tight end in the game that struggles at that, you can't just bring in a tight end that can only catch the ball. Like, defense is key on those things. That is like the biggest key when tight ends come on and off the field, and that substitution pattern shows that. Like, that's the biggest key for defenses. Like, and if Musgrave comes on and off the field, like, defense, no, it's a pass, and then they can make subs based off of that. Like, and it's the easiest thing for especially like this Minnesota defense with Flores and how they pressure and their substitution patterns and what they're able to do. Like, it's very difficult for LaFleur to, based on personnel groupings and things like that, to just like keep Musgrave on the field all the time if they're going to be trying to disguise things and run the football. So like, you look at Wiley and they're better run blockers. So like, if you want to be able to have the option to be very multiple with personnel groupings and run the ball, and then obviously be able to have Jordan cut it loose whenever in any personnel grouping, those are kind of the guys. Now, if you're just in straight 11, right? If you're in straight 11 and you know this is we're opening this thing up, we're going to pass it. Yeah, I mean, we may be able to run the football in 11, and you know, we can afford to have I mean, it's not like he can't block anybody. Like, let's be real. He can block people, but it's not a strong suit. But if we're in 11 and we're just going to be in 11, then yeah, you're going to have, because like I still think he's the best option to, have out there for a pass catching tight end is Musgrave. I get he dropped a couple, but I still think as of right now he's our best pass catching option for tight ends. I still believe that. But if you want to be multiple, then that makes it difficult. It just does. So I still think we're going to see that rotation of those three guys. I do. I mean, I get Matt said that like we've addressed it and things like that. But listen, man, I thought those tight ends, Wiley and I thought those guys did good. Right? I mean, I think those guys, for the most part, I think they did a nice job. And listen, like, you can't be predictable. Like, that's the one thing. Like, and you have to be able to mix things up and give guys opportunities and see how they seize it and make the most out of it. And you can't just rely on Jordan to just, like I said early last week to throw the ball 40-plus times. You have to allow him to be able to run the football too, and with that, that's the tight ends, and that's Wiley. I think Wiley's a good blocker, so if he's in there, he can run routes and block and do those things. So it's all based on how you're going to attack the Vikings. And the Vikings, we know, have a good defense. They mix things up. They pressure quite a bit. So if you're going to have a tight end that stays in to block, who's going to be the tight end you're going to stay in to block? There's a good chance it's probably going to be Wiley. So there's certain things that you have to consider when you're putting in these personnel packages and groupings that you're going to have stay in. If it's going to be a 6-man protection, 7-man protection, that you have to consider. So I understand what Matt said, that we have to get him out there more, but this isn't the same defense that you're going against the Giants. This is the Vikings defense that pressures a lot, or they simulate pressure a lot. They show pressure looks that you have to prepare for. And Flores, he runs a good defense, man. They're a tough defense, and Green Bay struggled with them last year. If we remember correctly, like they struggled with them last year on the offensive side of the ball. So like this is going to be a tough test, and up front, it's a big test. It's a big test up front. So you want to be able to have guys that you know can secure the front seven, and that's a big deal.
All right, Brian, speaking of that, I want to get into the offensive line next, which is your area of expertise, and we are always smarter because of our conversations about that. I want to talk about what you saw from Sean Rhyan at center. I had a lovely conversation with Jordan Morgan, who I don't know how much when you came to talk to the team, was that last season that you were there?
2 years ago. That was 2 years.
So you've never really interacted with. He's a good kid, man. He's low key. He wants to be good, but he wants to be left tackle.
Yeah.
And I think he knows that he's not like you. Hey, in fairness to him, one of the best right tackles in Packers history has publicly admitted on this show he sucked as a guard. And his name is Bryan Bulaga.
Yeah, I'll hopefully openly admit it.
So I had a good conversation with him. I want to talk to you a little bit about that. We'll do that coming up. After I tell you about the jingle for your Kringle contest, it's back. You're hearing the commercials. You're hearing the girls singing versus mine. There's a big disparity there. I am not eligible for Kringle for a year, but you could be if you win our annual jingle for your Kringle contest. Couple of rules. 1, your jingle has to be 60 seconds or less. 2, it has to include Racine Danish Kringle's tagline. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition. Other than that, get those creative juices flowing. Get your entry in. You can send it on ESPNWisconsin.com or ESPNWisconsinContest.com. But this is one of the most fun things we do every year. They've got a new flavor this year, peppermint brownie, which we're excited about. I can't wait to try it. But they've been an awesome partner to us throughout the years, and we're really excited to keep this contest going. I would love to max out our entries this year. It's not very hard. Sing into your phone, sing a cappella, have background singers, whatever you need, but you got a chance to win Kringle for a year. Again, go to ESPNWisconsinContests.com to find out more. More with Bryan Bulaga next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th.
Which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination,
the Tundra Trio.
3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at espnwisconsin.com.
Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper.
Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
WIAA State Championship football is here. Listen to all 7 state title games streaming live on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. From Edgar to Arrowhead, from Grafton to Little Chute, catch the thrilling conclusion to every state title contender season only on Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania. Streaming live on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The holidays bring sparkle and light to the season. The same way Goodman's Jewelers has been bringing the sparkle with our custom pieces since 1933. Generations have relied on our trust, service, and selection. This holiday, shop local. Shop Goodman's Jewelers in the heart of Madison, touching hearts with Goodman's sparkle and light. 220 State Street. Find our extended holiday hours at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
We roll on with Bryan Bulaga as Tausch is unloading peanut butter jars and other great things for feeding Wisconsin, or feeding America, eastern Wisconsin. Bryan, I need to know, because you know, and I'll talk to you later today also on the Homer Hour, but you know that I would keep you, well, till the end of the show. So, how much more time do you have? I do not want to keep you beyond your limits.
Got about till, well, I'm on Eastern time, so about till around 11:45 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. I will make the most of our 19 minutes together. Let's start with the offensive line because you make a really important point, and that is Brian Flores' defense is no joke, especially when it comes to pressures and how you handle them and what happens if you don't handle them. So what did you see against the Giants, who have a really good front four? I saw a few plays where people were unaccounted for, and Jordan Love was running for his life, which is not a good harbinger of things to come this week. What did you see? And then extrapolate that forward to what we're going to see on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, there was, and I don't know what to account it for, right? I mean, there was one play where Going back and watching it, Rob mentioned it on Monday, and I saw the play, and then Rob mentioned it to Homer and I on Monday. That I went back and watched it again, where Dexter Lawrence got cut loose. Rob mentioned it, that Matt mentioned it in the presser, because I don't watch much of Matt's pressers, because I don't pay, I don't watch unless there's clips and cut-ups of them. And he mentioned that they cut Dexter Lawrence loose, and I saw the play. That can't happen. Obviously, we know that can't happen. You can't cut like nose or shades loose in the middle of the defense. We can't do that. So like there's one or two things, especially, and Matt said that they were supposed to be double teaming him. So that means two guys cut him loose, which is a big problem. So that's like a big problem.
That can't happen very often, where your instruction is to double team a guy and neither of the double teamers team him at all.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. Not one guy touched him. So here's my rundown of that. So so there's obviously was a call, and my only assumption is both guys saw their ID backer move one way. They both thought that they had to peel off on him quick. They both left the down man, and they should not have left the down man. And yeah, but here's the thing. That's what is going to happen early on with a brand new center. And that's probably, and that only happened once. Like that did not happen again. I will say that did not happen again. But like that's the kind of thing you see when and I said that with Sean being his first time as a true starter at center, right? His first full time, and that could have been something that happened. There were obviously you talked about it as well. I heard you talk about it on the post, and then we talked about it a little bit on Monday too. A couple bad snaps. Again, I could have predicted that as well. That that was a chance there could have been some bad snaps. I think that's stuff that gets cleaned up as well, right? Like I think those are things that get cleaned up as well. But now I'm going to move to the positives of Sean Ryan and how he played at the center position. I thought he was very physical in the run game. I think that was something that he did very well. I thought he was very physical when he did. And again, it was only one time, so like I'm just kind of I'm just joking around. The time he did stick on his double team, which was like, again, it was just one time.
Right.
The time he did fit on double teams and they did combo block, he was very physical at the point of attack. They did climb well up on double teams because, like, if you look at Josh Jacobs before he was injured, I mean, he was at 7 carries for 40 yards, averaging like 5.2 or 5 point whatever. It's like, I mean, they were running the ball very well to start that game. Then obviously he got hurt, and then Emmanuel Wilson came in, and I think they didn't run it as well, right? But again, this is why I'm saying like Jacobs is a different beast, right? Jacobs is a different back. But so they were running the football well. But at the same time, let's not forget, Jordan Love got hurt at the same time when all that happened, right? So you remove Jordan Love from that equation, and now teams know they're running the football. So like everything changed in that instance as well when all this kind of started to happen. So let's not forget that. But I think overall, Sean Ryan did a nice job, and I think another week of prep, he will be even more secure. But when you look at this now, this is a big week for him because with this Minnesota defense, they show a lot of different looks, and they move guys around quite a bit, right? And your IDs have to be very good. So, like, they move different, we'll just say pass rushers, right? So they like it's what's that the outside linebacker, is it Van Ginkel? Is that his name?
Yes, Andrew Van Ginkel, former Badger. Yes, sir.
Yes, Van Ginkel. They move him around all over the place. So he'll line up at DN, he'll line up at linebacker, he'll go all over the place. But he is a pass rusher, right? Like he is a pass rusher. So depending how Matt and Steno and Butkus, how they game plan this, like they're most likely IDing him as a pass rusher, even if he's lined up at linebacker. So like the line and Sean Ryan, they have to be really disciplined with how they ID him and their eyes and how they're sliding protection and how they track him and things like that. And then there are other pass rushers too. So this is a big week with their communication, with their eyes, how they're passing off stunts and twists, because if you aren't staying on levels and staying connected with each other, you're going to get beat. You're going to get picked. You're going to get beat. Van Ginkel and those guys are very good. They twist and they do stunts very well that you're going to be just cutting guys loose. And they're going to just be flying up the middle, right? And that's not what you want against this defense. Because once Flores finds something that works, you may not see the same pressure, but you're going to see different varieties of it in different types of ways, right? It's kind of it's not exactly like Zimmer, right? Because Zimmer would do things, you would see different looks from Zimmer. Like you would see the same look from Zimmer, but you would get different variations of it. And that's kind of what Flores does, right? It would be a chess game between Aaron and Zimmer, and then the way we would ID things and the games we would play with Zimmer up front. It was very unique how we would go against the Vikings with Zimmer and his pressure packages and all those with Barr and Hendricks and all those, and the way they did those things. And that's kind of the way Flores does his stuff with those linebackers and pass rushers. So these guys have to be on point with their identifications. And this is a big week for Jordan too, right? Like, because Jordan has to help out Sean Ryan. He has to help out Sean Ryan, right? Because this is a center that is, by all means, inexperienced.
Sure.
This is his second game IDing defenses at this position, right? This isn't what he's normally a guard, right? Like, I mean, and I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing and he doesn't know the offense, but like it's a different beast when your hands on the ball and you're pointing everything out for everybody, right? Like it's a different beast. So Jordan can really help out Sean Ryan this week by identifying things and seeing things and confirming, especially at home when everybody can hear and really settling down the front five by confirming IDs and getting to the line early and getting these guys on the same page.
All right, so there's been a theory advanced, and I understand the point that these folks are making, and I love Josh Damasio. I love Gabe Neitzel. But they are, and I don't want to misrepresent their position, but basically, and certainly Josh, I know will correct me if I'm wrong. But essentially, it's their belief that the way that they run their running game and their offense as a whole, catering to some of Josh Jacobs' preferences, has been to the detriment of the offense as a whole. And so if he does not play on Sunday, which he did not practice yesterday, the injury is a bruise, a contusion. So that's good, as opposed to a ligament tear or whatever else it could be. But if he doesn't play, we'll see if he practices today. If he doesn't play, I don't think they think it's necessarily a bad thing to have Emmanuel Wilson in there instead. When you look at that and you think about, okay, what are you doing to more effectively integrate what Josh Jacobs prefers, but also having him do things that are, hey, what do the coaches always say to you? Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Is there, do you think that I don't think that they're 100% right. I don't think that their position that they could be better off offensively without Josh Jacobs is accurate. What I do think is that there is some more compromise to be had. And that I think Josh's other point is not having Jacobs made LaFleur take the reins off of Jordan Love a little bit. I would say the way the Giants played defensively probably factored into it more than anything. How do you view Josh Jacobs with or without him, and whether or not that is in some way detrimental to what they're trying to do offensively, that they cater to his preferable setups?
So I will say this. I will always take an offense with Josh Jacobs than without Josh Jacobs. I will say that. So, like, I think everyone knows I am a Josh Jacobs fan. I love Josh Jacobs. I think he is a phenomenal running back. Like, I think the world of Josh Jacobs. So, like, I'm always going to be pro Josh Jacobs. If he can play, I want him to play. I think he's a great running back. Just like I love the running back on wearing purple. Like this week too. I love Aaron Jones. Like I love Aaron Jones too.
Oh,
Two different backs, but like, you know, but with that, I understand where Gabe and Josh are starting, like where they're coming from, because I think what they're trying to say is they want zone running, and they want play action, and they want bootlegs, and they want keepers, and they want things like that. And those are things that, I mean, I know that Tausch and I have talked about. There's no doubt about it. And I think those are things that Matt has not put out there as much with Josh, because Josh, I think, and that's Josh Jacobs, not DiMaggio, because Josh DiMaggio doesn't, run the ball.
Thank you for clarifying. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't run the ball for the Packers. Jacobs does. He prefers more of a downhill style, right? Like he's more of a downhill, patient duo, tight inside zone blocking type back, and from the gun as well. So like that's a tougher thing to do. And Matt has catered more to that, right? And he's gone to more what his back prefers, and it's changed the style of the run game a little bit, which then has changed the style of the play action game, which, listen, you could say what you want. It has affected the way that the play action game has looked, right? You could say what you want. It just has.
Undeniable.
Because it is different than the way it was when I was there. It's different than the way it was when I left for X amount of years, right, until Jacobs came there. Now, you can say the run game last year with Jacobs was the most productive it's ever been since Matt's really gotten there, because it was. I mean, he's ran for the most yards and all, like you could say that too. So like there's pros and cons to it, right? So there's pros and cons to it. But if Josh does not play Jacobs, you may get a style that is more of what we have been used to seeing prior to Jacobs. And with that, it may be a change up to what the Vikings are used to seeing. Right, which could throw the Vikings off a little bit of what they are used to seeing on tape, which could be to the benefit of the Packers. Right, if the Packers go back to something more of what they're used to doing, which is a very, full stretch, full flow, move this front, move the defense, run, get them to run and move that pocket on a play action and things like that under center. That can change the dynamic of the way the offense is run, for sure. That could definitely do that, and that can change the way the play action works. That can change the way this offensive line blocks, for sure. It can do all those things. And if you look at Minnesota up front, from a whole, they are not a big front, right? Like they are not a very big group up front. They're not a huge group. So with that, like, you have to understand that, like, they're more of an athletic group. So, like, do you want to run it, like, to get them to run laterally? Because that's what they may excel at. So, like, is getting them to run laterally in your benefit? Because maybe going at them may be at your benefit. Going downhill and inside zone and tight and grinding and just, like, going straight at them, more of the Jacob style. Or do you want to mix in both styles? Like that's kind of the dilemma that you're in. Like I watched a little bit of that Bears game yesterday. It replayed yesterday on NFL Network, and I watched a little bit of it. And the Bears had a lot of success. I mean, a bunch of success running outside zone and cutting off the backside of Thuney and those guys. Essentially doing that, a bunch of success. So, like, that's going to be something that LaFleur sees, and Steno, and like, they're going to see that. And that's something that I'm going to the well on. Like, I'm going to continue to go back on that. And that's something, and then when you continue to do that, you play action off of it. And, like, to me, that's just what I would do. So, like, I understand where they're coming from, but I still go back to, you can do that with Jacobs. you can do that with Jacobs, and I know Jacobs can do that. It's just a matter of like you gotta. Obviously, I'm not in the meeting rooms. I'm not playing with this group to understand why maybe they don't do it as much.
Right.
Like why he doesn't want to be that wide stretch, get to the aiming point, put your foot in the ground and cut back. I don't know why that's not maybe not his preferred style, but why you can't do that 6-7 times a game. I don't know.
6-7, sure. I did ask him.
Yeah.
You didn't even know you were doing that. I asked him that. He was a little evasive about it, frankly, and so I do think there's some there about what he's comfortable with versus what they want to do. All right, last thing, so I can let you go somewhat on time here. The one thing that I do think is lacking, that I agree with Joshy on and everyone else, is that I think Jordan Love can be a really good rollout passer.
Yes.
Like the play fakes, he learned, the guitar fake that Rodgers loved to do, the hiding the ball. Like I think Jordan can do all that, and then you get him rolling out, even if it's a naked rollout, or maybe there's the one guy that comes with him as kind of a personal protector. I think that's an element of this offense that I don't understand why they don't do it more. Are you on board with wondering that yourself?
Yes. Well, I'll give you the answer right now because they're out of gun a ton.
Right.
Because they're out of gun. When you're out of gun majority of the time, you can't do that. Like, and that's. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't have PFF. I don't pay for that subscription. Obviously, you know that. I never will. But I would
if I give you my password, you'll do it. You'll use it.
I would look at it, but I would love to see the breakdown of gun to under ratio of what they're at. Because if I had to take a guess, they are a majority gun team. Mm-hmm. If I had to take a guess, but if you are under center more, you can do more of those things, right? You can be more of that hiding the ball and booting out and doing those types of actions and hiding the football and doing that. Like, listen, and we all know this has become a more of a gun league, and it's a passing league. We all understand that. Like, we're not trying to fool anybody here, but like there is a time and a place for being under center and doing these things, right? Like this, and Matt, and as we all know, when Matt first came in here in 2019, and when he came into that meeting room and he started going over this offense, and when one of the first thing he said to us is like, get comfortable being in a 3-point stance, is one of the first things they told us up front. And we all looked at him like, what are you talking about? We've been in 2-point stances like forever. He's like, well, get comfortable being in a 3-point stance because we're going to be under and you're going to have tight ends next to you. And it was kind of like a mind blown situation because like that was like the premise of this thing, right? Like that was like his identity is like how this thing was going to go, and then we build out from that, right? Like you build out from that, and obviously there's opportunity, and we're going to be in the gun plenty. We're going to throw the ball plenty. We have Aaron Rodgers, and you're going to throw the ball plenty, so don't you worry about that. You're going to be able to pass block and have fun. Don't worry, which isn't fun, but you're going to be able to do that. But that's kind of why I think you haven't seen as much as that, because they're in the gun a bunch. And that's, to me, if they go under more, you'll see way more of that. Because I think Jordan can be really good at that, because I think he's a very good decision maker as he gets out, because I think he's got obviously he shows he doesn't have much fear running at defenders, unfortunately, as we've seen. Enough. Yeah, he doesn't have much fear as he runs at defenders. He throws the ball well on the move, and he will run it. Like he'll run it, and he's evasive enough that he can gain yards, when he breaks contain. So like it's a part of his game that I think is underrated. So I would love to see it more, right? I think it's because we all know how good Aaron was at it. Mm-hmm. And seeing him being able to do it would be, I think, would really help this team too. Because what it does too is it helps the offensive line. It does. It gives them a break. It gives them a break. It does. Being able to have the offensive line full run cell, move that defensive line, wear the D-line out, take body shots on the D-line. Really, that's what it is. It's taking body shots on the D-line, and then have Jordan roll out and make good decisions and take deep shots too. Like that's another part of it.
All right, get the hell out of here. I'll talk to you later today on the Homer Hour. Thank you for stepping into the breach. You're the best, man. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Talk to you later.
That is the great Bryan Bulaga, who we are always smarter when we listen to him. Be smart when I talk to you here, though. If you want to win a chance for a special game day experience like never before, you got to get in on this contest with Dr. Pepper. You can win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, and it will include reservations at the Tundra Trio, which is Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination. I stumble on that every single day. Our luxurious homes, steps from the stadium. We've got gourmet food each week, premium drinks, all thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. All you got to do is enter at ESPNWisconsin.com or at ESPNWisconsinContest.com. It'll get you to the same place. Nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. So make sure you enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next trip to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. You must enter by November 23rd, which is coming up quick. So make sure you get to ESPNWisconsin.com to enter. More Wilde and Tausch with Riley Yauk and me next. So stick around.
Hear all 7 state championship games on Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania.
Christian Collins, see you later.
Streaming live on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code HOLIDAY40. That's HOLIDAY40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game.
In 6 minutes. No more?
No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner and catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking for something fun to do this winter? Get your friends together and join MSCR on the courts. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Madison School and Community Recreation's adult winter volleyball and basketball leagues are open for registration now. Men's, women's, and all gender leagues are forming, with games starting in early January at gyms all around Madison. MSCR leagues are all about community, connection, and having a great time, no matter your skill level. Sign up today at mscrsportsleagues.org. That's mscrsportsleagues.org.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Unsportsmanlike.
So we are heading to Madison, Wisconsin this week. We're doing the show on Friday from ESPN Madison. We'll be at the game on Saturday. Smalls and I, ESPN Madison.
Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Slow down on Monday, not a sound. On Wednesday, might get loud. On Friday, but on Saturday, we paint the town. Lose my sense of time or 2 weeks.
Mark Tauscher, what are you doing here? The star of our
Back,
program. He apparently used his crate, so he has a more traditional setup video-wise. Great Sendix hat, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also like to save my red bags from them because they're great carrying bags when I go to Lambeau. I'm sorry. You were unloading 6-7 giant trucks full of food for the food bank at Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. What are you doing back already? Are you like the Bionic Man when it comes to unloading a truck? Just.
Yeah, they have forklifts. So I'm not qualified to drive forklifts. So it was, you know what they always say, Jason? Work smarter, not harder. That's what we did. We worked
so
smarter,
the forklifts have like 3 on a tree. Like when you were driving that. What was it? A concrete truck you were driving? What were you driving on the belt line?
No, I was just driving a regular old truck delivering a bathtub to an apartment complex that had a 3 on a tree old school Chevy pickup, and I didn't know how to get it out of first or second gear.
Sure.
So I just hummed that son of a gun down the belt line till she didn't hum no more.
It's one of my favorite stories.
Oil exploding, and pulled off the side of the interstate. Didn't have cell phones back then, so I had a walkie-talkie across the whole operation. And my old buddy Gramsci, who I was working with, was saying I should be fired over the walkie-talkie. So the whole thing was pretty good.
What are friends for? So we had a great conversation with your boy Blue, especially about the offense and.
What did he think of he's not a real snap count guy?
He got a big kick out of that. He told a story of a game where they had 90 offensive snaps, and they were all dying, and no one was able to say, hey, sorry, I'm not really a big snap count guy.
I just would have loved to ask, hey, Campy, I'm going to play 75 snaps. That's just what I do. And then after that, you're on your own. Like that whole concept. And I get D linemen are different, but I'm not a big snap count guy. It's one of my favorite quotes.
Yes, it is. It's the quote of the year so far. I am curious. The one thing we did get into, and I know this is something that you've advocated for along with going tempo, is rolling Jordan Love out.
Okay.
And Brian's point was essentially, look, if you're going to be in the gun as much as they are, you're not going to be able to do that stuff as much. It's just not as feasible. It's not as effective in terms of the play-action game and then rolling out, the run, selling the run one direction with your line and him coming out the other side. It's just not going to be as frequently a doable thing. So I thought that was interesting. We're going to play trivia next, so if you want to stick around for that before the 11 o'clock hour, that'd be great.
You're still in the 10 o'clock hour.
We are indeed. Well,
so it's not. Hey, maybe it's not Old T's fault that you're always late on the clock. Maybe.
No, it's.
Can we agree?
No, we can't agree.
Jason,
I could tell you what.
I haven't been on a show, and it's 10:55, and you're still in only the third segment. That ain't. I don't have anything to do with that.
Well, oddly enough, you do.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because what I was trying to... No. I'm not blaming you. But your presence... Let me finish. Your presence is so vital to the quality of the program. In fact, I had Giuseppe, which is a great name. One of my favorite quasi-uncles growing up, his name was Giuseppe. Suggesting that the show should be you and Bryan Bulaga. So again,
that's not very nice to you.
I know it's not, but I agree that the show's obviously far better when one or the other is on, and I'm usually here regardless. My point is that I didn't know how long you were going to be gone, so I went a little longer with Blue to kind of protect myself from doing anything by myself.
Gotcha.
So I'm pleasantly surprised you're here. We're going to do trivia next. A couple of quick tidbits from Matt LaFleur at the podium. One, he says that Josh Jacobs will participate in at least individual drills today.
Mm-hmm.
So bad news for Josh DiMaggio, who would like to see the offense run more smoothly without him. And two, Brandon McManus, Matt LaFleur says, kicked yesterday and had, quote, a really good day.
Let's go.
He will kick again tomorrow. So that's where things stand on the kicking front. We need to play trivia. Tausch, since you're back and Riley is in the answering the phone seat and not the Iron Jock answering the phone seat, which is coming back later in the program, what caller do you think we should have Riley answer the phone for trivia?
14.
Wow. You must really like Riley.
I do. I think Riley's a star. I think Riley has star qualities. He's been complimented. Just some folks complimenting how he approaches Badger press conferences and his professionalism over there, the way he calls high school games. Plus, there's 14 teams chasing a championship this weekend. That's why it's 14.
All right, caller 14 right now. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 14 for trivia presented by Iron Jock and by Cousin Subs. Caller 14 right now. 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Their Black Friday mattress sale is on now. Save up to $900 on top brands and get 60 months 0% financing only at Steinhoffels and steinhoffels.com. Close but not enough. A tipped cap from Barry Alvarez for Wisconsin football's effort against second-ranked Indiana. Coach hoping the outing serves as a building block for the program. His words from the latest episode of The Barry Alvarez Show.
I thought our guys, obviously, they weren't intimidated. They went out there and felt that they had a chance to win and went after them, but weren't strong enough to hold up for 4 quarters. And we have to get to the point where we're not celebrating moral victories. And competing for a half is not good enough. We've got a long, long way to go.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Want to pay off this year's rent-a-mortgage? Feel like a real estate mogul at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison during November's Live for Free promotion. Starting at 4 p.m. on Saturday, November 29th, 24 winners will each spin the wheel for a cash prize of up to $5,000. Then at 8 p.m., one grand prize winner will pocket $25,000 in cash to use toward their rental mortgage. This could be your chance, but you have to be here. Live it up this November and go to
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
The Don has spoken.
This is not a program that you have to turn around. This is not a rebuild program. This is a program that has been winning.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
We are into the 11 o'clock hour, even though we shouldn't be. But we've got Tausch back. We've got some things we want to get to there. So we got to get to trivia right now.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock. Cousin Subs $10 meal deal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is only available online or through the Cousins app.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Jim on the south side. Jim, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, gentlemen. Very good, very good. And my wife gave me a helpful hint. She said not to swear today, so I'll try not to do that.
Well, she's really going to love question 1 then. The category for today, Riley, did you do these? These are all your work?
Yes, I did.
Love it. The category is state championship trivia. Question number 1 is this. The Edgar Wildcats battle the Darlington Redbirds in the Division 6 state title game today. Who is Edgar's legendary head coach looking for his 10th championship? Is it Jerry Sins? Jack Del Rio or Bruce in Cassville?
Well, I don't know, but considering the laughter I heard, I'm going to stick with number 1.
Indeed, Jerry Sins. Tausch, you're familiar with his legendary status?
He coached when I played. Everybody knew you play the Edgar Wildcats. Jeremy, the Sins there's like 100 Sins kids. It felt like Jeremy. Like he had a lot of his kids that were really good players that came through, and he's kept it rolling up there in Edgar.
All right, 1 for 1. Jim, question 2 is this. And if you were paying attention earlier in the show, you should get this right, it turns out. Bayport defeated Muskego to earn the right to play Arrowhead in the Division I state title game. What is Bayport's mascot? Is it the Buccaneers, the Bears, or the Pirates?
Well, saying there, Bayport, I noticed you changed your hat. I'm going to say the Pirates.
I did. I was told I was being IPT, so I changed to Timmy Lasso. You're 2 for 2. Jim, question 3.
Okay.
The Notre Dame Tritons are looking for their second straight state title this year. Last year, their running back set the record for most yards in a state championship game with 408.
That's a good day.
Who was he?
That's a good day.
That's who in his name. How many yards did Melvin Gordon have in a game? Didn't he have 408 in the game?
408.
Three
Right?
quarters.
Three quarters.
Crazy.
Of the ball, yep.
So I can tell you it's not Melvin Gordon. Is this running back's name?
Barnes.
Kingston Allen, Christian Collins, or Steve Haugum?
Blind guess, I'm going number 2.
Christian Collins is correct.
Wow.
Wow. A good Christian boy at Notre Dame with 408 rushing yards. Collins is the correct answer. Jim, you got them all. 3 for 3. You got 4 entries, and you didn't use any profanity. I think that's a win for all.
Not yet.
Not yet he did.
you and Jim on the same page.
There we are.
Hey, I love you guys.
Thanks for playing, Jim. We appreciate you, buddy.
I love you guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock. Performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Don't forget an Iron Jock opportunity in the 11 o'clock hour coming up. I hope Riley's going to get a nice high number for that because that
he's got a big number. He's got a big number coming.
Is a very nice prize. So we look forward to playing that. I want to remind you again, as I do every Thursday, if you need a better night's sleep, if those have been hard to come by lately, you're not alone. And the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhafels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattresses to Steinhafels. Now, you can try Helix in person, something you can't do just anywhere. Right now, Steinhafels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our listeners. So head on over to steinhafels.com to learn more. Helix Sleep at Steinhafels. Better sleep starts now. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch doesn't start now. It starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Celebrate the season of Audi at Audi Madison.
Take advantage of 1.99% APR for 72 months when you purchase a 2025 Audi Q5 Quattro. National customer credit is good towards the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until December 1st. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Ho, ho, ho!
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. Last night, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball handled business in dominant fashion, demolishing number 11 Purdue in a 3-set sweep. The Badgers now take over sole possession of second place, only behind Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, in the Big Ten. Next up is Iowa on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Today is a very special day in the state of Wisconsin as the WIAA Football State Championships are underway. Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania has begun with the Division 7 state title matchup between Kenosha St. Joseph Catholic and Cochrane Fountain City. The Lancers up 28-7 right now. You can listen to that on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Clock hour of Wilde and Tausch with Tausch back. Can't believe they didn't. Did they offer you the opportunity to drive a forklift, or were there like OSHA violations that would have been involved there, and they said no, we'd prefer if you just I don't know what you did, but not driving a forklift.
Here's how I would describe that. If you've been to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin, it's a huge operation.
Massive, indeed.
There is food and pallets, and there is forklifts everywhere. You get the sense that the forklift drivers are very busy and kind of want you to get the blank out of the way. So the sense, I didn't feel like going up to Susie Q forklift driver and asking her,
Linda,
hey, I know you have a certain amount of deliverables you have to do. Will you let me, who doesn't really know what they're doing, jump in this forklift like we saw in The Office and ram through and tip over all this stuff, not having a clue what I'm doing, although I could. Just for the record, I could drive a forklift.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Don't sense that was where Susie Q wanted me to be. So, no, that was not part of the game plan today.
All right. Well, we're still glad you're there. In fact, I just got a text from Sendix, and you can do your pre-ordering for Thanksgiving from them. So they're reminding me of that. Not that my phone was listening to me because I signed up for their text messages a long time ago, but
okay.
Coincidental.
Sure.
All right. So we had a great time with Blue. We certainly covered a lot of ground with him. Now that you're back, I want to talk a little bit about the lack of takeaways by the defense.
Okay.
Just because.
Jason, because I always like doing this, what were your biggest takeaways that when Blue said something, you were like,
Things that make you go, I would say what made me go, was the fact that in a much less, I think Joshua would use the word abrasive, manner, he made some valid points about altering the offense to suit Josh Jacobs, and that his absence, or if instead, as Bryan again said, he had been told by coaches when they made some changes, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, that they might need to make Josh a little less comfortable and maybe have him do some of the things that the offense prefers. So I think even Joshy would agree, Josh DiMaggio, not Josh Jacobs, would agree that Bryan made a more convincing, logical, and less abrasive arguments for the underlying point that Josh DiMaggio feels, which is catering to Josh Jacobs' preferences have had both a positive effect in terms of his production the last year and a half, but also impeded them from being able to do some of the things that are signature things about the system.
Boy, that is a very slippery slope / needle to thread, because you bring a guy in to be great at what he does.
Yeah.
You don't bring a guy in to neutralize him and do, square peg round hole. Like, obviously it can't just be all about one thing, but you bring somebody in, they're really good at something, you want to utilize it. And if you're already looking at it and saying, well, we need to adjust, now injuries kind of force the issue. And when you see things and all of a sudden, let's say Josh doesn't play this week and they have outside zone and the play action game is humming and they're under center and it's rolling, all of a sudden everybody on the offensive staff is like, boy, this looks kind of like this is what we envisioned. What are we going to do? That always is the interesting part about injuries and how coaching staffs figure that stuff out.
Quick check of the YouTube comments after I mentioned, bless you. After I mentioned,
I thought I muted that.
After I mentioned Matt LaFleur saying that Brandon McManus had a
I'm
good
allergic
day.
to jam. I'm allergic to this grape jam. Never seen so much jam.
The
jam on jam.
in my jelly roll.
Is it all
It's
grape?
It's all grape too. Yeah, it's J-O-J.
Interesting.
Jam on jam.
Well, that's great. Geriad saying, and Bisaccia will come on soon and say that he didn't have a really good day next. That's true. They have not been on the same page, Geriad. So true about that. All right, we'll get into the turnovers and that question a little bit later. I think, there's a difference between square peg round hole and just having a guy do some things that maybe he can be adept at if he got the work at and had more opportunities to get better at. And I'm not saying, you never do either one of those things, but maybe there's a hybrid to be found. All right.
What's going to be interesting is
what's going to be interesting?
What Green Bay does with Josh Jacobs, because he signed a 2-year deal.
Essentially, correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is going to be, and I don't know if people have talked about that. That's going to be an interesting how this season finishes up, and if he's able to come back and be productive, that will be a very interesting piece to what this offseason. I know we're not talking offseason, but your O-line is in flux. Josh Jacobs will be in flux. Rashawn Gary will be in flux. The only thing we know is that you're going to get Tucker Kraft a new deal. And my hunch is you'll find a way to get Quay Walker back at some price point. Those would be the two guesses that I would make.
So just for those curious, Josh Jacobs' contract for next year, he has a base salary of $10.2 million.
Okay.
When he has had basically minimum salaries the first 2 years of the deal, 1.170 this year. They did have a roster bonus that was roughly $6 million, which I think, how they used to take base salary, convert it to signing bonus, and then spread it out. In this instance, I think they had cap space. They just made it a roster bonus.
Yep.
So they could do that again next year because his cap number is $14.6 million.
That's doable.
Which is totally doable, right?
Yeah.
I agree with you. So I don't think there's a financial impetus to move on from him. And he's still only 27 years old.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a lot, depending on things. But yeah, I think initially when he signed that deal, we thought 2 years and let's see. And then if you love it, you redo it, you spread it out, you kick the can a little bit. But we all know how that goes. And I think Goody at 30, I think running backs, he's probably closer to 28 than he is 30.
Yeah,
as far as let's say.
I think it's safe to think that if he comes back next year, that's it. I think that's fair for sure.
Okay. All right.
But we're not there yet. There's still 7 regular season games to go. We'll get into the takeaway question because we did talk to Xavier McKinney for quite a long time yesterday. But it is time, Kevin Green / Mark Tauscher, to give away some more Iron Jock swag. I'll be honest. I like my Iron Jock gear a lot. I can't believe we're giving this much stuff away. Their generosity is off the charts on this.
Well, Joe Thomas came in. He was Meat Santa. These guys are Hoodie Santas. This is a Hoodie Santa operation that we got going. And we are proud at Wilde and Tausch to be part of it. I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel, built to fight sweat, odor, bacteria, keeps you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. If you're out there just loading pallets full of food, whatever it might be, Iron Jock now is introducing 4 new lightweight hoodies. They are fun. They're world-class, cooling, wicking, and for us bigger folks, boy, do we love that 4-way stretch. It always helps you look good. Go to ironjock.com to get your hoodie today. Again, that is ironjock.com. But right now, you can win your own hoodie from Iron Jock. All you got to do is be caller 142. Caller 142. Do you know why it's 142?
I don't.
Okay.
Other than you're the biggest jerk in America.
No idea.
Riley, it's 140. Number 140, not 142.
Okay.
142 is a bridge too far. 140.
2 bridges too far.
Riley is a huge Badger fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what number I was assigned when I first showed up to Holy Name Seminary in 1995?
140.
Number 140. So
well.
Caller 140 today will win that Iron Jock lightweight hoodie. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We had a great time getting. What are you laughing about? We had a great time getting to caller 73 the other day. This is just a little bit more than that.
This is almost twice that.
Well,
it is twice that.
Riley is a young worker. He's up for this task. I did this to Jesse. He'd quit. He'd leave the show and quit. Riley is ready.
Is there
for
someone else? So when we come back from commercial and you're on like caller 115,
he'll be done. I'm telling you, you whiz through these. People want this hoodie.
Yeah, the phone lines are already full. So
get to it, Riley.
So here we go.
844-770-3776. Caller 140. On Wilde and Tausch to get this awesome lightweight Iron Jock hoodie.
Come on.
I don't know what you think is so funny.
Preferred walk-on, number 140.
No, hey, by the way, there was no P in front of walk-on. It was, I guess we'll let you come in. I don't know what acronym that is. But
Riley, in the words of the legendary star of Taken, Liam Neeson. Good luck. Caller 140. Good luck. More Wilde and Tausch once Riley's done on the phone.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin's Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin's Subs. We believe in better.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Mallory Hartwig, from the state champion Sauk Prairie Eagles. How does that sound?
It's amazing. I love being a part of this team. I love the program. It's really great.
And then when you look back on your time at Sauk Prairie, obviously this is a big moment, but what do you remember most about the school community?
I think just the connections I've made, the friends, the family I've grown over the years. Even though I did grow up in Pennsylvania for my childhood, I've been here since middle school. So I think that's a big part of it, just keeping, even though I am going super far away for college, just keeping those connections and keeping those friends. So when I do come back, I know I have that support here.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Unsportsmanlike.
So we are heading to Madison, Wisconsin this week. We're doing the show on Friday from ESPN Madison. We'll be at the game on Saturday. Smalls and I, ESPN Madison.
Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
All right, do we need Madison Fire and Rescue?
Was that too far? Jason, was that too far?
EMTs.
Was that too much?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, I'm asking you, because Riley's a young whippersnapper. Mm-hmm. You've been around now. This is 10 years doing this. Is 140 too far?
It's a new league record. I know that.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Look, here's the thing. Our show, in its 10th season now, has grown into a very popular program. And I am grateful to everyone involved, not only teammates and people like Riley, who step in when certain people, although he's technically working today, are not here.
He's not much of a snap count guy.
He is the definition of our version of not being a snap count guy. But I love the fact that enough people listen to the show. Again, I had a couple of people yesterday on the Lambeau tour. I did that event on Monday with Associated Bank. People love the show, man. And Giuseppe really loves you in the YouTube comments. But my point is that we're at a point now, because we have so many devoted listeners, that we can do caller 140. And there was no issue with Riley sitting by the phone waiting for caller 121 so he could keep going.
No, the phone lines are still full. People are still calling in. So there's no issue in numbers.
Sorry, we have our winner. Sorry, we have our winner. Sorry, we have our winner. Riley, how did it go?
It was rapid fire. It took like the full 4 minutes. We got to caller 140 as the return liner was playing. So congratulations to Jason in Stoughton, who is our winner of the Iron Jock apparel today. I feel like 150 is probably the max you can get through the break.
Oh,
God,
hey.
how do you not love the attitude?
Well, quick question. You ever see the Seinfeld episode where Kramer's driving that car around with the used car salesman?
Yes.
And they want to get off on the exit, and they say, we got to run it, and you push the limit.
Like you and Tony Cartagena did when you were almost out of gas.
That is true. So, okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Yep.
I think now, Riley, you have set the record.
Let's go.
So Jesse is never going to try and break it. So it'll be if Hunter or whomever else is going to jump in, if Wooly or somebody else jumps in. Big Cat, I think, down in Milwaukee would love to try and set the record. So next time Big Cat is our producer, we'll run it and try to go to 141.
But Riley, you're saying you think you could do 150. Like this is that 25 words or less show. You're except the opposite direction. You think you could do 150 calls in the commercial break?
Yes. And if Josh breaks my record of 140, I want to break the record the next time I fill in.
I love it.
Every time I'm in, I want to break the record.
This is what we love, Riley Yauk, people. Look at him compete.
Yes.
Compete.
Not afraid. All right. Well, I want to get to Will Riley, which is coming up next. But Tausch, we did spend a long time with Xavier McKinney yesterday. In fact, I'm going to let Riley catch his breath. We don't have to play the clip necessarily. But his argument, and I used it in the lead of my story because he looked right at us. And he did that thing where he says every word is its own sentence. Like the way he put it to me was, the picks will come.
Yeah.
Should I believe him? Because they're playing a quarterback who has thrown at least one pick in each of his 5 starts in J.J. McCarthy. 3 of those 5, he's thrown 2 picks in those games. 8 picks in 5 starts. His interception percentage, 5.7%. The only person in the league who has a higher percentage at this point at quarterback is Jake Browning, who was so bad for the Bengals that they said no more, no mas. Mm-hmm. We're trading for Joe Flacco. So do you think the picks will come, as Xavier McKinney tells us? Because right now they got 4, and they've got 8 total takeaways.
Well, they should have had at least 2 more last week at minimum. You're facing McCarthy more than likely twice. He's going to give you opportunities, whether you take advantage of it. I think Caleb Williams will give you opportunities. You face him twice. So I think it's a wise bunch of words that Xavier McKinney, and that's what they are right now, is words, but he has proven he deserves the benefit of the doubt. And when you have Micah being able to provide pressure and you're able to drop into coverage and not have to blitz a bunch of people, I do think you're going to see this. Now, will you do it against the really good teams? Denver, who I think Denver's defense is top notch. Their offense, they're going to throw the ball up. They're going to give you looks. So I think that this team is built and designed to be ready to go for this stretch run. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. You're not facing the great quarterbacks. You're facing a lot of young quarterbacks that are trying to still figure it out. And if your defense is as good as I think it is, you should get opportunities, and now it's just a matter of, can Evan Williams hauled one in? Can Keyshawn hold on to it when it comes his way? Can Valentine make a play when it comes his way? Because they're there. You're ready for it. Make the play. And like anything else, it almost gets contagious. Oh, I got one. Oh, you build off of that, and it becomes the snowball building up speed, and then you hope you just let that puppy unravel and start rolling, and then you see the picks come flying in your coffers.
In your coffers, huh?
Yeah.
We need to get to Will Riley. Riley, is there, I just want to ask before Tausch tells us about Kohler Services, is there a dating update? Because us old married guys always look forward to your dating updates.
Yes. Unfortunately, no good dating updates.
Ooh, maybe even better. Wait a minute.
I mean, there have been some attempts. We're struggling. We're pushing forward. We're pushing on.
Brandon McManus.
Yeah, nothing.
You're pushing through a
exactly. It's a rough stretch.
A pulled heartstring.
Yeah, so we're grinding, but nothing real significant to update on, unfortunately.
Okay, well, we'll talk about something else then during Will Riley after Tausch talks about Kohler Services.
Indeed, if you're looking for a bath or shower remodel, Kohler Services is where you need to go. Family owned for 150 years. Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month, only get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel. And you have 0 interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation. That is always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
Whoa! Riley is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Ricky, owner of Infinity Exteriors here in Madison. I've seen it too many times. Homeowners paying thousands too much for new windows. Big promises of premium installs that never deliver. Madison, you deserve better. At Infinity Exteriors, we're local experts for energy-efficient windows, roofing, and siding with transparent pricing and no gimmicks. Every project comes with a lifetime workmanship because we believe in doing it right. We're on a mission to save our communities from overpriced, unqualified window contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com, proud partner of your Madison Mallards.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hey, it's Jim Rutledge, and if you're like me, you want to look good, feel good, and still enjoy life. That's why I go to Carbon World Health. Whether it's recovery after a long week, boosting energy, or getting your fitness dialed in, Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his team have you covered. And now, they've got a new med spa in Sun Prairie that has everything you need to look as good as you feel. Carbon World Health isn't just a gym, it's a total wellness experience. Visit carbonworldhealth.com to learn more.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life.
Hey, this is Gene Cho, Bucky from 03 to 05. Most memorable moment? Definitely getting arrested at a football game for crowd surfing as Bucky. Oof. Maybe not the best shining moment for Bucky.
Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
I want to apologize to Barb. Jesse is otherwise engaged today. So your favorite part of the show falls to Riley Yout. Time now for Whoa! Riley.
The guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
All right, guys, I know you enjoyed learning more about me during Whoa, Riley, but I also like using this opportunity to learn more about you guys. So I was inspired by Unsportsmanlike this morning. I believe it was in the 8 o'clock hour, maybe 7 o'clock. Can't remember exactly. But they got on the topic of conversation, what was Evan Cohen known for in high school? So that made me start thinking about, what was I known for in high school? Yada, yada, yada. And then it made me think, what were you guys known for in high school? So I guess we can start with you, Tausch. Thinking back to your high school days, we got the state championships going on. What were you known for? If you had to ask friends today, what would they say you were like in high school?
Great question. I would probably say that I was a jock. That's probably not overly surprising. I don't know if anybody thought that I'd play in the NFL. I think people thought that I was a good athlete and a big dude, bigger guy. But jock would be kind of, I think, the main thing, that I love sports, and that was kind of that's where my passion was probably throughout high school.
All right, Jason?
Yeah, same thing. A lot of people expecting me to get to the NFL. I'm sorry to have disappointed them. The growth spurt I was waiting for never happened. I did play sports, obviously. I loved sports. I was the valedictorian of my high school class. But more importantly, I think what I am known for was breaking my leg on a play at the plate of my senior year of baseball, and there was no throw to the plate. I was hurrying home
Impressive.
in a 7-1 game that became 7-2 after I crossed the plate. But it was a rainy day at Milwaukee Lutheran High School, and the plate was slippery, and my cleat hit it. And I, what is it when you roll your ankle out? That would be pronate. And I broke my fibula and tore all the ligaments in there. So my senior season statistics line was 1 for 3 with a run scored. I think I may have had an error. I was playing second base that game instead of catching. And yeah, I broke my leg on home plate.
Wait, so this was your season opener?
Yes, it was the
Ouch.
opener. The big rivalry. Martin Luther versus Milwaukee Lutheran. Yeah, proud moment.
Brutal.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Also,
good to
I
know.
really like the band Boston.
I don't know what the band Boston is. I've never heard of Boston before, so I apologize. But that was some good trivia. You and Elton Jenkins now can commiserate over broken fibulas, I guess.
Yeah, he did it a little further into his career or into his season. It might be his last season for the Packers too, though, so we might have that in common.
Fair enough. All right.
Whoa, Nelly! Let's talk more about your love life now.
Yeah. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to talk about. I do appreciate Levi in the YouTube chat, though, saying he hopes I find a woman someday. So do I, Levi. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, now wait a minute. I think it's important to note here that Jim, Matt, and Molly, which you can hear 4 to 6 on ESPN Madison, apparently they do a thing where essentially someone ends up doing some sort of a punishment every week.
Yes.
And the punishment, which sounds like it could be a great like meet cute story and a love affair that blossoms from it, but apparently Wooly lost this week, and the punish is he is going on a blind date with Matt Hamilton's wife's friend.
Yes. He lost
to like the Badger
Why is that a
game.
punishment?
Again, it's not my program. I don't know why it's a punishment.
Is it a punishment for her? Or what are we doing?
At risk of speaking for Ryan, I'll have to clarify this afterwards, but I believe it's more of a punishment because she is not necessarily in Ryan's age bracket. I believe she's in her mid to late 30s, and Ryan is 26. And I think Ryan would prefer to meet someone and go on a date with someone around his age.
Okay.
Is that no Ryan? Oh, Ryan's telling me I'm all wrong.
Wait, bring him in.
Ryan,
Bring him in.
Come in. Explain.
It's not right at all. Hello.
Go Mingos.
Go Mingos.
It's a great sweatshirt.
For Madison FC, yeah. The hockey hoodie for the Mingos. Yes,
Love
no.
that.
I will be going on a blind date to the Badgers game this Saturday, but it's not because she's 32. Now, the pushback was because initially Jim said, like, oh, I might have someone I could set you up with. She's like 36. And I was like, there's a hard cap on the age limit of who this blind date is going to be. I said it could be max 30. As a 26-year-old, I did not want to go on a date with somebody over the age of 30.
Why?
Because how am I supposed to have like an actual conversation with a real adult? I'm only 26. I'm not in the actual phase of life where me and a 30-year-old could be like in a real relationship, right?
I think it's a 4-year gap.
It's a 4-year gap, but that's a big 4 years. Come on.
Well, the maturity you're showing now would indicate to me that you're probably right.
Yeah, obviously. Clear.
So wait, now, Nelly, be honest, you're getting a little bit excited about this.
I think it could work out pretty well. Yeah, actually. It ended up being Matt
Despite
Hamilton.
your hard cap and your potential date being over it.
Yes, thankfully Matt Hamilton, the other host of Jim, Matt, and Molly, was able to set me up with someone who his wife is friends with. So thankfully we'll be able to go to the game on Saturday together. And I don't know anything about her because it is blind date, obviously. But I do know she fits the age requirements. That's kind of like of the few things I know. I've seen like one photo and that's it. So
she appears to have played collegiate soccer.
She did, yes, because I sent the photo to Jason Wilde as well when we talked about it on Tuesday, so he has all the inside information. Good reporting, Jason. Well done.
That's what I do. So you're a soccer fan.
if you can have an age requirement, can you have a weight requirement? No, I'm being serious. Like I won't date anybody 30, but I also won't date anybody over 300 pounds. Like,
okay.
Where does that stop?
Big Linda.
Hey. No, but you act like 4 years is some huge deal. It's not that big a deal. Now, but you can't go out and say, well, I have a weight, I'm not dating anybody over 250 pounds. You're going to be a jerk. But if you say I'm not dating anyone 31, everybody says that's cool.
Well, no.
Like, I feel like this is misconstrued.
Well, there was a lot of pushback towards me, I will say as well. But
deservedly so.
For me, I think the difference here is that age is there's such a big gap between like mentality and where you are in life as a 30-year-old.
There is with weight too. What? And by the way, girls will say, I'm only dating 6'2" people. That's the same thing. People can say that openly. But if Wooly got on there and said, you know what, man? Yeah, I don't care if she's 37, but if she's 200 pounds, I ain't doing it. He'd be a jerk.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
No doubt. That's very fair.
All right.
All right, well, this
you guys see how I keep pointing this out? Because it just doesn't make any sense to me.
No, clearly.
Well, does it make sense to you?
We'd like to thank you for swinging by.
I appreciate that.
Also, do you think you're capable of answering 150 calls for a contest in a 4-minute break?
I don't know how Riley had the endurance for that. That was really impressive.
What a warrior.
He's in better shape than I am. All right, Riley, take back over.
So we could tune in.
Just think Big Linda loved that 4 stretch. She'd want 4 stretch if it's Big Linda.
We can tune in.
I missed all of that conversation. I'm going to have to go back and listen. It sounded hilarious.
You can find it on Wisconsin On Demand or the ESPN Wisconsin
Riley,
app.
do you have an age? Do you have an age, height, or weight faux pas? Like you won't date a 300-pound woman, but you'll date a 40-year-old? Like I just this whole thing is dumbfounding to me.
300 pounds would not be preferred. Neither would 40. I think mid to late 20s, in decent shape. Height doesn't matter. Height's whatever. I think that's just a general preference.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to find some sort of segue out of this conversation. Hey,
Prize Picks.
What's the more or less projection?
Best way to find a date. Go on
weight?
Prize Picks. You find someone that matches up with your sports opinions and making money. You don't have to worry about height. You don't have to worry about weight. You don't have to worry about age. Just worry about production. More or less on at least 2 player stats. Get them right, cash in. Prize Picks has stacks. You can pick the same player up to 3 times. Want more on Giannis's points, rebounds, and assists? Stack them up only on Prize Picks. Plus, you can follow other players, copy their lineups in the one-click to new feed tab. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI for Prize Picks. Prize Picks, it's good
to be right. And the projection for Wooly's date is 127 pounds. More or less. We will wrap up the show next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Close but not enough. A tipped cap from Barry Alvarez for Wisconsin football's effort against second-ranked Indiana. Coach hoping the outing serves as a building block for the program. His words from the latest episode of The Barry Alvarez Show.
I thought our guys, obviously, they weren't intimidated. They went out there and felt that they had a chance to win and went after them, but weren't strong enough to hold up for 4 quarters. And we have to get to the point where we're not celebrating moral victories. And competing for a half is not good enough. We've got a long, long way to go.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th,
which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination,
the Tundra Trio.
3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper.
Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Mark Tausch here for the great team at Everlight Solar. And with the holidays approaching, everybody is thinking about ways they can save a few bucks to be able to spend more for our loved ones. Well, what if I told you there's a way to save money and save the planet by making the switch to Everlight Solar? Take back control of your energy bill with a switch to solar. Trust me, my family, we worked with the team at Everlight Solar to make the switch, and boy, are we happy we did. From the very first conversation, the Everlight Solar team educated us on all the benefits of switching to solar. And you know how much I appreciate keeping things simple. Everlight makes the switch super easy. Join us in saving money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers. It's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice. Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Neutral. Flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume. St. Louis, Missouri.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Hear all 7 state championship games on Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania.
Christian Collins, see you later.
Streaming live on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
All right, we're late already for Rich Eisen. But before we go, there's a little more information that Riley has been asked to share.
Yeah, so me and Tausch were talking during the break and about standards, and I just had to inform Tausch that on dating apps, you know, you can filter by height. And typically women do this. Like if you're below 6 feet,
like tall dudes.
Untouchable. I'm not dating you if you're not 6'4". But for some reason, you can't filter by weight. Just seems like a double standard.
Very interesting,
like
Jason, isn't that? Yep.
Just curious. Just had to throw that out there.
If they were to add that filter, Riley, you think it would be held against you that you weigh 125 pounds?
Maybe.
He's 5'11", $130.
But
I don't know.
But at least it's fair. At least it'd be fair.
I'm
okay with it.
We gotta go. What a great day. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Celebrate the season of Audi at Audi Madison. Take advantage of 1.99% APR for 72 months when you purchase a 2025 Audi